MAGA family, my fellow Trump supporters. I was in the mental health clinic last night. I just came home this morning, and I've been fighting a lot of depression and just internal sadness, and just because a lot of Democrats in my comment section keep saying that I'm not wanted by MAGA and that I'm a fool for thinking that I would be accepted by MAGA, but I know that's not true. I know my MAGA family really loves and cares for me, and it's just sad that I'm really going through this. I don't have a family, I don't have friends, so I'm just dealing with this on my own. But MAGA family, I love you guys. Thanks for all the support, and thanks for the love and encouragement. But being alone on Thanksgiving, that really hurt my feelings, and just, I don't know, life's crazy. But hopefully Christmas, I have somewhere to spend, and a MAGA family to spend Christmas with, and I just hope everything gets better. But thank you all.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about the stories and experiences shaping our world today. Today's topic is a sensitive one. A Maga supporter who recently shared his story of being bullied daily for his political beliefs, which ultimately led him to seek help at a mental health clinic. This story has sparked a lot of reactions, some supportive, some critical, and some downright harsh, but at its core, it raises important questions about how we treat each other in an increasingly polarized society. So let's get started with it. Alright, let's take a moment to really dig into this story because it's about way more than politics. It's about humanity, mental health, and how we treat each other in an increasingly divided world. So here we have a young MAGA supporter, a guy in his 20s, who shared online that he's being bullied so much for his political beliefs that it took a serious toll in his mental health. He ultimately sought help at a mental health clinic, and when this story became public, it sparked a firestorm of reaction, which I'll be showing you right now.
Do you really think that MAGA cares about you being in a mental health clinic? Remember, your candidate was endorsed by the KKK, and there are many in MAGA who think like that. So why would you think they would actually care about you? Just a question. You need to figure it out. Whatever your conservatism is, whatever you think conservatism is not the same conservatism of those inside of MAGA. Some want to see you back in chains. So think about that before you call them your family. Have a good day.
He's very interesting. I just want to know where he went wrong and became a part of that cult. He don't have any family, no friends, because he decided to join the cult. And he's reaching out to maggots to be a part of their holiday festivities. And people keep telling him that the maggot is not accepting him. All they wanted was his vote for Donald Trump. And he hasn't realized yet that these maggots are not going to welcome him. He didn't realize that after he wasn't invited to someone's house for Thanksgiving. And now he's going through a mental crisis because he feels that he should be invited to these maggots people's homes for the holidays because he joined the cult. Not understanding. I don't know if he understands it or not. And I'm not here to bash him because I'm quite sure he's been bashed enough. But as a mother, and watching this young man on TikTok describe his mental health because he decided to join a cult. And no one can help him get out of it. And now that these maggots are not inviting him to their holiday festivities, he's going through a mental crisis. And in my opinion, if I reached out to maggots whom I'm a part of this cult and they didn't accept me, that's a sign. It wouldn't take me to try to reach out a second time and want to be around somebody for Christmas. Then it's going to be New Year's. What's next? Young man, as a mother, talking to her child. I know you so far deep into this code at this point. But there's going to be a time where you're going to realize that you are not welcome into a cult full of white people, privileged white folks. All they wanted was your vote and for you to talk against your own fucking community. And that's what the fuck that you're doing. And now that you've done that and you voted for dipshit Don against your own interests, because you're still a black man, regardless if you're part of that cult or not. And because these people don't welcome you, they haven't woke your ass up yet, I have no pity for you, young man. But I'm a mother, and I have a soft spot for shit like this. And I'm telling you, as a black woman who raised you, you need to get you some help. Because these white people, these privileged white folks, because it's a very small percentage of black folks in this cult, and many of them are rich with white women on their arms. I don't know your financial status, but baby, I hope you ready, because they ain't finna welcome you for Christmas, New Year's, and no other fucking holiday. They used you for what they wanted to use you for, and now they kicked your ass to the curb. Hopefully, one day, you'll wake the fuck up.
Now, let me start by saying this. No one should feel bullied or ostracized for their beliefs, period. Whether you agree with someone's politics or not, there is a line we should all strive not to cross, and that is basic respect. But this story also shines a spotlight on the challenges of living in a time where political affiliations have become almost like team jerseys. Let's unpack it all. What led to this, the reactions, and what we can learn. First, let's talk about the core of the issue. Why would someone face bullying for their political beliefs? Well, in today's political climate, it's no secret that MAGA, the Make America Great Again movement, carries a lot of weight. For some, it represents patriotism, economic growth, and traditional values. For others, it's seen as a symbol of division, exclusion, and even hate. The truth is, people's perspective on MAGA are shaped by their experiences, their values, and what they have seen in the media. But here is the problem. Instead of engaging in meaningful conversations about this difference, many of us jump right to judgment. We see a MAGA hat and we assume we know everything about the person, their values, their personality, their entire worldview. It's like we have forgotten how to separate the person from the politics. Now, let's talk about the bullying itself, because this is where it gets personal. Imagine being insulted, excluded, or ridiculed every single day, not for something you have done, but for something you believe in. For this young man, that is exactly what happened. He shared how he was constantly judged, called names, and even excluded from social circles. Over time, this kind of treatment can wear you down. It's not just about hurt feelings, it's about the deep emotion toll it takes. Bullying can lead to anxiety, depression, and a sense of hopelessness. And for this guy, he's got to the point where he had to seek professional help. That is a big step, and it's one we should applaud, not mock. Seeking help for your mental health takes courage, especially in a world that often stigmatizes it. Now, let's dive into how people reacted to this story, because this is where the conversation really starts to heat up. On one hand, there were people who supported him. They said things like, "No one deserves to be bullied, and I might not agree with your politics, but I respect your bravery in sharing your story." These reactions are a reminder that there is still compassion out there, even in a divided world. But then, there were the critics. Some people said, well, if you support MAGA, you should expect backlash, or even worse, mocked him for seeking mental health care. These kinds of reactions shows just how polarized we have become. It's like people are so focused on winning the culture war that they have lost sight of the human being behind the beliefs. And finally, there were those who tried to take a more nuanced approach. They said, I disagree with MAGA, but bullying isn't the answer. These are the voices we need more of, the ones that remind us we can disagree without dehumanizing. So why does this story hit so hard? I think it's because it's about more than just one person. It's about the state of our society. We live in a world where political beliefs have become identity markers. It's not just I support this candidate or I believe in this policy. It's this is who I am. And when someone criticizes your beliefs, it can feel like they are attacking you as a person. At the same time, there is this growing pressure to pick a side. It's like we are expected to be 100% for or against something, with no room for nuisance or middle ground. And if you are on the wrong side, you are fair game for criticism or worse, bullying. But here is the thing, treating people poorly because of their belief doesn't solve anything. It doesn't change minds, it doesn't build bridges, it just deepens the divide. One of the most important part of this story is the mental health angle. This young man recognized that he was struggling and stood steps to get help, and that is something we should all take seriously. Mental health doesn't care about your politics. Anxiety, depression, and stress affect people from all walks of life, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. This story is also a reminder of how closely connected mental health is to the way we treat each other. Words matter, action matter, and the way we interact with others can either lift them up or tear them down. So, where do we go from here? How can we use this story as an opportunity to reflect and grow? Number one, empathy is the key. First and foremost, we need to practice empathy. That doesn't mean agreeing with everyone or ignoring our own values. It means recognizing the humanity in others even when we disagree. Number two, challenging bully culture. Whether it's about policy, race, religion, or anything else, bullying is never okay. We need to call it out when we see it, and that includes online harassment, which can be just as harmful as face-to-face interactions. Number three, focus on conversations, not confrontations. Instead of jumping to judgment, let's focus on having real conversations. Ask questions, listen to understand, not just to respond. You might not change someone's mind, but you can at least create space for dialogue. 4. Support mental health. Finally, let's normalize seeking help when we need it. If someone's struggling, whether it's because of bullying, stress, or anything else, encourage them to reach out. And if you are the only one struggling, know that help is available and you are not alone. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about a Maga supporter, it's about all of us. It's a reminder that we have the power to choose kindness even in a divided world. So let's challenge ourselves to do better, to treat each other with respect, to focus on building bridges instead of walls, and to remember that behind every belief, every slogan, and every heart is a person who deserves compassion. Thanks for listening, and as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How can we create a more respectful, empathic society? Let's know in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Take care of yourselves and each other.